The boos echo better from there. Well, if there's a better time to start, then I'm not to see it. Hello, West Hampstead. Yes, fantastic. This has worked out quite well because I'm playing to a drunker room than I planned to, given the time schedule change. So that's good. Hello, everyone doesn't know me. My name's William Han. I host a podcast called This Album. I noticed all 6 of my listeners made it out. Thank you very much. There ain't many of them, but they're very passionate. So I was here 2 weeks ago. I was hosting my own podcast in this very room. I opened with a pretty spicy opening joke about Charlie Kirk, that geezer that died recently in the US. Some described that joke as boundary pushing. Others described it as being in poor taste. And others just said it was just poor. I'm aware there's a lot of kids in the room, so I thought I'd do a more child-friendly joke to start things off. Let's see how this goes down. I don't know, let's find out. Are you with me, West Hampstead? Are you with me, Molly? Don't you just hate when you're playing Minecraft and a creeper shows up behind you like it's got a personal vendetta against your house renovation project? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'll try and win the room back. Free Palestine? Well, the joke wasn't anyone didn't cheer tonight because all tickets tonight are going to a Palestinian charity. So, yeah, thank you very much. So, good stuff. Okay, so tonight's guest will hate me saying this, but he is a beacon of hope and an inspiration to men of his age group. No hyperbole here, honestly. So I asked a popular AI tool to describe what life is like for most men in their 40s, and it said this. Many men are in their peak earning years or have settled into a stable career path. Some are leaders or experts in their fields. Others might feel stuck or disillusioned. There's often significant pressure to provide financially for family, mortgages, and some men consider changing careers, starting businesses or shifting priorities after years of work. There's a few words there that really sort of captured the themes of Rob Power's long-awaited debut album. And he's shown that through dedication, you can have it all. You can be the dad your child needs, you can be the partner that child's mother needs, and still make time to express yourself through creative endeavors to be the man you want to see when you look in the mirror. There's no punchline there, I'm just being nice. No. So without further ado, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else, it's my pleasure to introduce this evening the most talented man I've ever met. And I've met Kanye West. You may know him as Rob Power, and frankly, so do I. It's Rob Power! Come on! Whee! Microphone there.
Cheers, Bill.
Rob Power, ladies and gents.
Thanks, everybody. That was like, like when you think you might be at your funeral. You're like, oh, everyone's been really nice about me. All I had to do was invite everybody to a room.
Best funeral ever?
Nowhere. Hey!
Well done, Rob Power.
Cheers, mate.
Shall we start with a big congratulations and a round of applause? What a triumph. What a victory. Don't get that very often as a West Ham fan, do you?
What a day. What a day for West Ham fans.
Shall we start with the congratulations?
I got a card.
You got a card, Rob.
I thought I said potato.
Please open your card and read your card.
Okay. You've done an album, that's mad. I'm so proud of you, you rock. All the best, William Han, from this album.
Hey!
Since you've been very kind about me, I'd just like to take a moment to be very kind about you.
Here we go.
Well, I can't see if how good is Bill's podcast? Like, I am definitely not deserving of being among the many, many brilliant people you've had on your podcast, and you're getting more and more, increasingly better guests on your podcast, and I'm still crashing it somehow. But you're doing an absolutely brilliant job on this thing. Who would have thought you'd be good at just sitting and talking just balls to people really entertainingly for hours?
It's kind of my life's work, Rob.
It's what you do. It's what you do.
It's my life's work. Thank you. This is nice. This is really good. Enough about me, though. Fucking hell. How does it feel to give these songs to the world, Rob?
How does it feel?
How does it feel?
How does it at this point?
At this point, right now,
I'm relieved,
in this room.
Relieved, so I can start drinking. To be honest, because it's been a long night. It's been stressful, and I haven't done anything like this for ages. In fact, I was thinking about this earlier. I think this is maybe the highest concentration of people's who I played at their wedding. Makes a noise if I played at your wedding. Yeah, it's quite a lot of people, and like mainly that's what I've done for the
guy
last,
loves a wedding. He loves a wedding.
Like that's mainly what I've done for the last 10 years. Is play other people's songs at weddings.
One was digitally.
Badly.
Can we add? One was digitally. You didn't let the
One
fact you had
was,
COVID stop you.
I did a COVID era wedding.
Yeah, it was proper COVID-y, man.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
via Zoom.
Via the big TV.
It was
in my
very
mum's
of its
house.
time, wasn't it? Very of its time.
Yeah.
But
Look at us now, though. A room full of people.
Hey! And I'm only related to like half of them. Imagine that. How does it feel? It feels nice. It feels nice. It feels like I should have done it ages ago.
Yeah.
And
so let's get into that. Why didn't you, Rob?
Well, laziness, I guess.
No, I need a better answer than that.
Well,
fear's a better answer. Okay.
Fear.
Let's lean into that. Let's lean into your fears and anxieties.
Actual fear and anxiety. Well, I think like after I was in, as some of you know, I was in D-list indie band, The Unstrung.
Any Unstrung fans in the house?
Easily one of the bands with the worst review record online, I think.
At least it got reviewed.
You didn't want these reviews. And,
it's true.
And I think like, and then I moved on to 1984, another band I was in. Less of a cheer, but I feel a better band. But I think effectively what happened was I was in bands for years, and then I was no longer in bands, and I was pretty miserable about having been in those bands because I was just knackered, I think.
Are you saying the music industry isn't quite it's all cracked up to be? Because that to me is a bombshell.
Mate, let me a snapshot of the music industry in 2005 is that I know, like, when I joined that band, having been in bands but not been in sort of signed bands before, I turned up to a party stone cold sober where everyone was absolutely on it and had been for a couple of years.
I'm struggling to believe you turned up sober, but go on.
I was soberish,
You're 2005 sober, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Very different
thing.
It was
a different time. It was a different time, different era. But like, it was a bit of a mess, and it was some of it was really fun, but a lot of it was not fun at all.
So what parts were fun and what parts weren't?
Well, it was fun going and playing gigs in mad places. It was fun. Yeah. We played Glastonbury. We
pretty cool.
We headlined we had this mad weekend where we headlined a club in Paris. That was insane, by the way. Like,
what a city!
Why are all these French people here? Like, it was sold out. It was packed. We couldn't fill a room in London, but we could fill a room in Paris for some reason. And we played this place in Paris, and then we got in the van and we drove to Glastonbury, and then we played Glastonbury. So like that sort of stuff, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good going.
It's pretty cool.
I think like I managed to tick off like all of the things that I wanted to do in bands in like 6 months. It's like, I want to put a single out. I want to play a festival. I want to tour. It's like tick, 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 did all that stuff. But then, unfortunately, I was surrounded by just arseholes everywhere, just a sea.
Yeah, same.
A sea.
Same. Nice to see you guys.
Some of them are still with us. Bally, no. But like, it was just, it was there was a lot of naughty behaviour going on. There were a lot of people that I really admired that when I met.
Sorry, just to check, naughty or naughty is in the decade?
Both. The naughty behaviour that defined the naughties.
Behaviour, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
And there was a lot of people that I really admired, and when I met them, I thought, I don't like you at all. And I also found that like lots of people were in bands who just didn't seem to really understand what you were supposed to do in a band, which is like.
So what are you supposed to do in a band, and what wasn't happening?
I think you're supposed to write and perform music.
Sure.
And
they call him old-fashioned. I don't get it. I don't see why. It's crazy.
I think, and what most people were doing was playing for like 15 minutes and then just on it for a week afterwards, as if they'd just done something magical.
Sure.
So like there was a lot of not fun stuff going on, and then once I'd got to the end of 1984, which was much more fun actually. 1984 was a lot more fun. This is when we were playing together around Uxbridge and stuff, and getting kicked out of the Crown and Treaty, and just generally enjoying ourselves a lot more. That was a lot more fun. But by the time that finished, I think I was just knackered, to be honest.
Sure.
We moved to Bristol, and what I found then was that I had to get a job and work for a living.
I wouldn't wish it my worst enemy.
Disappointing.
I really wouldn't.
Very disappointing. And I kept trying to do music, but I think I was probably a little bit, I don't know, I was a little bit sort of anxious about putting stuff out there, and I was a little bit like, I just kept writing songs because I do that as a hobby, really. But every time I sort of went, I'll go and get some gigs or I'll try and do something, I was triggered. I was badly triggered by all of my experiences. Like, no, I'm just not going to do it. So I ended up just sort of shelving a lot of stuff. But like I kept writing songs for much to the annoyance of my family. Just keep on writing stuff and being loud at home and playing guitar.
So what made you so much more driven to finish this project this time around then, Rob?
Right.
Good question, that. What do you reckon?
Good question. Isn't he a good interviewer? He's very good, isn't he? Right. So this album, right? So the reason I got to do this, right, this album, because the album we're going to discuss today is, of course, Jimmy Nail's seminal 1992 debut, Growing Up in Public. No, not really. That is what it's called, though.
This guy knows his nail.
I do. There's nothing else. I know Jimmy Nail. So this album, right, I had to... Great podcast. I had a shoulder operation this time last year, right? My left arm packed up. It just stopped working. Don't know why. Got old. And things just start to seize up. And my shoulder stopped working, so I got signed off work for ages. And I thought, when I sort of came out of hospital, they were like, "Oh, this was a bit worse than we thought it was going to be." I was like, "Oh, don't say that." And I wasn't really sure what I'd be able to do with it again. I'm going to do this a lot. I'm going to wave my shoulder around a lot to show the amazing range
recovery he's made. Look at that arm go.
But I wasn't really sure. But what I did do in that period was spend a lot of time watching really good films and reading really good books and listening to loads of really good records and going and seeing interesting things.
So you're inspired again, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically. But the key to it all was I was functionally unemployed and just had loads of time to just absorb loads of stuff and think about things and be relaxed and not be allowed to do stuff. I wasn't really allowed to move much or work or anything. So I just had to just take stuff in. And after sort of 6-8 weeks, I was starting to be able to move my arm a little bit. And I thought, well, I'll see if I can still play guitar. And I just started playing a little bit at home. And I found that I could, if I put like a capo really far up the neck, I found I could play a bit. Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. So I started doing that. And as I sort of went on, I thought, well, I'll just start recording a little bit and see what it sounds like and writing a little bit. And I didn't set out to do an album at all. But after about a month or 6 weeks of just kind of mucking around, it's like, I've recorded like 25 tunes. It's like, this is more than I've ever done in one.
That's serious mucking about.
It was a lot of mucking
when
around.
I muck about, you wouldn't believe that. Shoot,
I had nothing to do.
That's not mucking about. That's doing stuff.
I was bored out of my mind. I had nothing to do. So
at what point did you know you had an album?
When I had I think when I looked at what I'd done and I sort of whittled it down, I was like, I reckon I've got like at least 15 tunes here that I wouldn't be horrified if other people heard them. I was like, okay, that's an album, that's a record, that's enough. And then I started to just muck about with it a bit and put extra bits. And by this point, I'd handed in my notice at my job, so I had even more time to do nothing.
Two things running in parallel here.
So I got signed off for 6 weeks, and then the day I went back, I went, I don't want to work here anymore. Handed in my notice and got on a 3-month notice period. So I had this really long stretch of time. It's like, right, I'm going to do this now. And it was sort of November, December last year when I was really getting into it. And I still couldn't really do anything. I still couldn't really go about much and couldn't really move my arm much. And then I was like, right, I'm doing this now. And I think I gave myself permission a little bit to be, I think you have to be quite selfish. I
was going to say, yeah.
Like if you're doing anything that's kind of like this, so whether you're writing a novel or
doing a podcast,
or doing a podcast, for example, like you have to give yourself a load of time to do it.
Let's make it about me briefly. Yeah.
I think let's talk. When did you know you had a podcast, Bill?
I mean, anyway, so look. What was the most difficult aspect of this project, Rob Power?
Oh, this bit is the most difficult bit.
You're welcome.
Talking to you. No, like I can happily sit in a room. I think if you've got something you really like doing, it's not difficult to sit down and do that indefinitely. Do you know what I mean? Whether that's making music or whatever it is you do in your spare time, I won't judge. but it's it's nice to sit and do the thing that you enjoy. But like the bits that's been hardest, like there was a lot of admin and there was a lot of like the mixing, the mastering, but that's all kind of creative and fun.
Yeah.
And the bit that's really I'm finding a grind is trying to promote it.
I was going to ask about this. So
like, oh,
you're a man that's had to attack the socials of late, and I think done a really good job of it, guys. What do you reckon? Yeah, it's hard to put yourself on TikTok if you're not doing the Apple dance. I find.
Oh mate, I might. Yeah.
Were you tempted?
Yeah. Molly can do it, and Amy can do it. The Charlie XCX Apple dance. You've got the moves. I can't. I can do it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I think what I really need to do is really like cynically use my child to promote myself. Maybe
yeah, class. That's good.
That's the move.
That's good.
That's the move. But I can't bring myself to do that or put you through it. Although you probably quite enjoy it. Yeah, no, it's difficult because like I think I kind of wish that I'd done it ages ago, just so that I would have a bit more of a base to put things out now. But I'm not a natural at social media at all. And
I think it's done a great job on the social. What do you reckon, guys? Yeah.
Well, thanks very much. But I just, it's very hard to do and I think one of the big things about it is that fundamentally I'm 42 years old, and it's a bit. You can't help but be a little bit embarrassed going on TikTok.
Well, I think you've handled it with grace and elegance, Rob. I think you've done a really good job of it. So
cheers,
I
mate.
think just stop, being so.
Oh well, that's very kind of you. That's very kind of you. I'm going to keep doing it. But you are a natural at doing this kind of thing. At being, you're just very good, personable, all of that sort of thing. You're vaguely likable, Bill. You're vaguely likable.
I'll take vague.
And you fall into doing things like getting your face on camera very naturally. It feels. Does it come naturally to you? I don't know. It feels
for
like
a man as ugly as me. It comes a lot more naturally than it should.
Oh, that's
but
not
let's stop
true.
talking about me.
But it's
Rob,
it's difficult to do because you do feel like a bit of a knob doing it.
But this is it.
But
you're doing a project. You're making an album. There's a vulnerability attached to that. I think you're saying what I'm doing. I think is worth people giving their time to. You could be listening to the Beatles. You could be listening to Oasis at any second of the day. I think by putting something out, you're saying, I think this 3 minutes is valuable of your time. So I think you've done the most vulnerable thing you can do, Rob. You've created an album, and I think you should applaud yourself for that.
Cheers,
should you applaud Rob Power for his vulnerability?
Everyone's being very nice, and I feel
this
like
is a room full of love. This is a good room.
Yeah.
It's a lovely room we got here. You've spoken quite a bit on your socials about what you got out of the project. What would you like listeners to get from their listening experience?
I would like them to stream it between 2 and 3 billion times each. So that
again, that's what benefits you. What would you like listeners?
I'm sure they'll get a lot out of it. I don't know. I mean, I just it would be nice if people enjoy it vaguely. You know, I think a lot of the songs are quite new. There's a lot of stuff on there that I think when you do something creative, right? I think you want to try and make it as true a representation of yourself and what you're trying to do as possible, right? Because otherwise, kind of what's the point? Like, it's supposed to be some kind of expression of you and how you see the world.
Do you see it as a snapshot in time, or do you see it as you as a bigger picture?
No, it was the time. Yeah, it's definitely a time thing. It's definitely where my head was at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And I think, in terms of what I want people to get out of it, I mean, just to enjoy it, and maybe there's something in there that they like, and maybe there's something, and maybe it's just something that's slightly different, and maybe it sets you off on what's that tune? Where did that come from? There's a few covers on there, and I think because initially I was going to do a covers album because I thought I tell you where it actually came from. Right,
here we go.
Was that when I was in recovery from my operation, I walk quite a lot anyway, but I walked even more then, right? And I was doing a lot of long walks around Oxfordshire and down the canal and such. And I went and saw we live quite near where Tolkien is buried, right? Which is quite cool. He's the Lord of the Rings man. And I went and saw him. Hello, Tolkien. And
if you're listening.
If he's there, are you there? And I wandered around, and I don't make a habit of going to cemeteries, but I wandered around, and you don't see a lot of headstones with marketing director on it. There's a lot of writers and artists and people who with their
creatives, the things that people really care about.
And what I realised was at that point, I hadn't put anything out. I hadn't done anything. I hadn't gigged. I hadn't played any of my songs in public. I hadn't done anything that I'd done lots of creative things at home, but I hadn't put any of it out. It's like, well, what's the point in that? What's the point in that? Like, it's just a waste of time. Like, you make things and they're supposed to be shared with people, right? And I thought, well, if I don't do this now while I've got the chance, A, I'll waste all this lovely free time I've got, and B, I'll just be miserable. I've wanted to do an album for years, and I just haven't done it because, well, for life reasons. And I thought, right, now's the chance, so I'm going to go and do it. And I went and I was, like I said, I was listening to loads of good stuff, and I was. And I thought, well, I'll just do a covers album, and that'll be like, I'll do it like a Christmas present to my friends and to my family, and say, look, I play guitar and stuff. I still do this, remember? And then I started recording covers, and I thought, this is boring. I don't like doing this. This is a bit boring. I'm going to do my own songs. Also, I couldn't get the words right or the chords right or anything like that. I thought, what can I definitely play easily? Things I write myself.
I'm making up on the spot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I did that, and it was much more fun. And then I ended up with an album at the end of it.
What an album.
So
what an album. So you mentioned you were consuming quite a lot of film and music and stuff. Let's get specific, Rob. What movies and what music were you consuming that made you so bloody inspired?
So inspired. Okay, so on the film front, so there's
any film fans in the house, by the way?
Do you like film? There is a director called Ben Wheatley, right, who did A Field in England. I don't know if you know that. He did, what did he do? High Rise. He did The Meg 2.
High Rise. Wasn't that that was a book originally, wasn't it? It was the book by
J.G. Ballard.
Yeah, I've read the book. Seen the film.
Oh, there you go.
Book was better.
The book was better. Yeah, it's not a very good film, but he's a very good director, and he did a film called Down Terrace, and which was his first film, right? And I'd seen it before, and for some reason, when I was off, there was all of his films were on. Put on More 4 or whatever. So I was like, I'm just going to rewatch everything. And I rewatched Down Terrace, and it's like it was his first film. He made it with like no budget. It's a film about a family of gangsters in Brighton, right? And it's like Coronation Street meets sort of Goodfellas.
No wonder you were so inspired. Bloody hell. Wow.
Yeah, but it's a really interesting film. It's black and white. He did it with no budget. He filmed it himself. He wrote it himself. There's a cast of about 5 in it. You've never heard of anyone. And it's this really brilliant little project. And it's just like, I can see that was just something he had to get out of him. But also within that film, the dad, who's the main gangster, plays folk songs throughout the film. And there's just these weird little scenes of him playing folk songs in it. And Spanish Ladies, which is the second tune on the album, is from that soundtrack, right? They did a version of that in the film. And I knew that song already because it's a. Let's talk about sea shanties for a minute.
Shall we talk about shanties, please?
I'm very, very into history, and I'm very specifically into early 18th century naval history.
Any naval history fans in the house?
Obviously. Any Patrick O'Brien fans? But yeah, so I knew the song anyway, but they did a version of it in the film, and I was like, right, I'm going to do that. I'll record a version of that, right? And
I'll be honest, pal, I'm just learning that song's a cover on the spot, but but go on.
Yeah.
I thought, when I first saw the title, I thought, that sounds very Flight of the Conchords.
My delicious Spanish lady.
Yes, exactly, yeah. But it turns out it's a she shanty from hundreds of years ago. But tell me more, please. I'm all ears.
Your chorizo flavoured lips. So I nicked that, and then there was a load of other stuff on that soundtrack. And I think, when you find something that you like, and you're like, all right, I'm going to go off and explore some of the avenues from this, right? And there was a few other tunes from it, and I recorded about 2 or 3 other covers from it that I didn't end up putting on the album because it was like, I can't just do a cover of...
So how many songs are covers, by the way? Because I didn't realise there were...
3.
3 more than I thought, be honest with you. Yeah,
so Spanish Ladies came from Down Terrace, right? And then I was like, okay, there's a load of really interesting folk stuff here. So I started listening to loads more folk records. And then I started listening to Dave Van Ronk, who was one of Bob Dylan's mates, right? And he was around at the time in Greenwich Village when Dylan first came around. And I listened to all of his stuff, and I'd listened to him before. And one of the things I really got from him was that, you don't have to be that good to do this, right? He's just a
now bloke. You tell me.
Yeah. He was just a bloke with an acoustic guitar and one mic who they would put in a room and record 10 songs, and that's his album. And I was like, I can do that. I can definitely do that. So, and there was a couple of tunes of his that I recorded, and one of them was Good Old Wagon, which is on the record. And I think my version's better than his, to be honest. But it's
The reviews are in.
Yeah, Dave Van Ronk, come and get me. He's dead. He can't get me.
See you in court.
I win. But I nicked that, and that's like a really old blues song. And then I was like, right, well, if I'm gonna have covers on, I need to do them by people that are in the public domain, right? So I don't have to pay too much. That was 2. And then I did. And then I nicked a Dylan tune. So "Lay Down Your Weary Tune" is a fairly. I mean, no one seems to have heard of it. I thought it's well known to me, but no one seems to know it.
I did think that sounded really Dylan.
You thought,
turns out.
Yeah. You thought, oh, that's significantly better than everything else on this record. Yeah, it's Bob Dylan.
You're putting words in my mouth.
And I love that tune. I love that
Good tune.
And
love your version. Fucking hell.
Yes, there's a lot of words in it though. I can't remember those.
Well, thank God for printers, eh, Rob?
Hey. So yeah, there you go. Covers. Love a
Good
cover.
stuff. You talk a lot about your family on this album. 30, 40 years from now, what would you like your daughter to think when she listens back to these songs? Is that a nice question? Is like that?
In 40 years, I'll be 82. So I would like my daughter to be bringing that album to me and just saying, remember we did this? No, I don't know. I think it's like a nice... what I really wanted to do, there's a couple of songs here where it's like, I wanted to try and... I think like what happens when you get older is you stop giving a shit and you start just being a little bit more honest about what really matters. And I think like you were saying earlier, like, why didn't you do music for a long time? Well, I think like for a long time after I was in bands and stuff, I was always thinking about what other people would want and what like like trying to write stuff or record stuff for a perceived audience that maybe probably wasn't even really there, right? But now I don't care. Like I want to write stuff for my family and me, and like you said, like capturing that moment in time, right, where it's like, well, my daughter is little now, and I want to really make the most of every minute of it, and that's what's on my mind. So I'm going to put that in a song. And I think that my favourite tune on this record is "Three of Us," which I wrote for this record.
Absolute right? Banger.
Thanks, both of you.
Is that one a shanty song from 200 years ago? Did you write it?
I wrote that one.
He wrote that one. We're all
right. It's never been sung on a ship. Can you believe it?
Not yet, anyway.
Fucking unbelievable. But like
to the Cutty Sark.
Yay!
The only ship I know.
It's a bit too modern for me. The Cutty Sark.
I literally have no idea. I don't know.
I'll take you there one time, Bill. We'll have a date. But yeah, so songs like that where I really wanted to just express how I feel about what is important to me in life now, and I think it's good to get it down somewhere. And I think, I think it's just a good keepsake for it to have. Nice. There's nothing else. I made this for you. There you are. And that's better than me not making it, isn't it? Really, because I can do it, and if I hadn't done it, I'd be annoyed with myself, and I wouldn't have something to be able to say to her, this is about you. This is nice. Remember when we lived in that house and did that stuff and went on those walks and had those cats, and that was our life then. I think like I'm talking about getting older a lot. I know, but like life passes you by pretty quick as you get on. I think, and like when you've got a little person running around in your house, like oh God, she's 8 already. Like, oh my, another 8 years, she's not going to want anything to do with me at all.
That was my next question. What do you think she'll make of it when she's a teenager?
Yeah. Hopefully I'm on album, 10 by then, and she'll just be,
used to it.
Yeah.
Brought that armour.
Yeah.
What would be the perfect setting to listen to this album in, Rob? Please paint a picture using your words, which you're very good
West
at.
West Hampstead Arts Club on the 27th of September.
It would never take off.
Well, I think walking along a canal, probably.
Who are we with? Where are we? Which canal are we at?
We're talking the Oxford Canal.
Is there any other kind?
Well, no, exactly. And I think I spend a lot of my life walking up and down that canal, walking into Oxford and walking the other way and out into the country. And one of these days I'm going to buy a canal boat. That's what's going to happen. And I'm going to move my family onto that canal boat. And we're going to just live like that. And it's going to be magical, isn't it, family?
Molly, what thoughts on this? You're boat people now, I'm afraid.
Yeah, she's not impressed. But, I think like it's an autumn to winter record.
Yeah. I think that's fair, yeah.
And it's basically, as I was making it, I was either walking along the canal or I was walking to and from the pub at the other end of the village. So, ideally, walk along the canal to a pub, drink 4 to 6 pints of Guinness, and then you'll think it's the best thing you've ever heard.
Bit spicy.
Yeah.
4 to 6. We've all got work tomorrow, I think. Right?
I don't have work tomorrow, Bill.
Yeah, sure. He's a rock star now. How well do you expect this album to age?
I couldn't give a monkeys, really. I don't care.
Not all my questions are good, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't care. Really. I think.
Is it the Be Here Now of folk albums where it's supposed to be captured in like one 4-week window? And
that's it. No, I mean, I think I'm proud of it. I'm very happy with it. It came out way better than I thought it was going to. Right?
Because I genuinely thought that you'd paid for a good room to be in and recording. So tell me a bit about the recording process, because you have cut some corners here, Rob, I think.
Yeah, man. I didn't spend a penny on it. So as I was starting to play guitar again, I was like, right, I need to record. So I'll try and record some stuff. And for the last 10 years, I've been recording either on an iPad or my phone or on like an old cassette Porter Studio, right? And what I've come to the conclusion is I only like it when it's slightly difficult and might break. Like if it's easy,
you like Jeopardy.
Yeah. It's like, it's gonna break at any time. So I thought, right, I'm gonna get out, and I didn't have I only had a work laptop, and it was like I can't really.
By the way, I'm worried I'm going to get sacked from work this week. I recorded the podcast over my work laptop on Teams. When I tried to email the video to me, it said you can't share internal meetings, and I've sent an internal email going, "Hello, can I please?" We can. What was the purpose of this meeting? It was for personal use with a member of the Maccabees. So I'm quite nervous about going to work on Monday. I might not have a job. Is it gross misconduct? I don't know.
Accidentally email it to the whole company. They're really big Maccabees. I mean, by the way, Bill's got one of the Maccabees.
Oh, yeah,
Holy
sorry.
moly, is that a spoiler? Are we not supposed to say that yet?
Secrets out, motherfucker.
It's bloody exciting. But but like the technology is a pain in the balls, frankly.
Okay.
And I bought a MacBook, one of those white MacBooks in 2007. Like I spent all of my money on it in 2007 because I thought I was going to do recording then when I was in 1984. I basically bought it to do demos and to maybe do an album on it, right? But A, I didn't know how to use it, and B, it turned out I just didn't do that at all. I recorded a handful of demos, and then in the end, it went into the loft. And then it sort of exploded, like the battery. Yeah,
you mentioned this a bit. Tell me a bit about this.
Right, I left it for so long that like the whole back of it like ballooned out. Right?
Did we know Macs could do this?
I didn't know this. Right? The battery just went whoop, ballooned out, and then I thought, well, that's broken. So I just slung it in the loft, and when I got it back out of the loft, it had deflated. But it doesn't work. I can't get the battery out of it, and it'll only work when it's plugged in, right? And it doesn't connect to the internet.
If you look at it the wrong way,
yeah. It's properly like a very broken 20 old. It's decades old, and
aren't we
all of the stuff that I had to plug into it is also completely obsolete, right? So it's just like all this 25-year-old gear that you can't do anything with it. It's very, very, very basic. It's like a version of Pro Tools that is not supported anywhere. Couldn't get on the internet, couldn't do anything with it. The most basic possible tools. And I was like, right, can I make something with this? And it turned out that just by really focusing on doing basic stuff, I could. I still can't believe how good it sounds. Because it is just done in my bedroom. In the bedroom at the house, just sat at the desk that I was working at. 2 mics that I bought here, that's it, and a guitar. And
it doesn't sound like it, honestly. What a triumph, honestly.
I'm
well done,
pretty
Rob.
pleased with myself.
Well done.
But again, I just had loads and loads of time to muck about with it. So
amazing.
Amazing what you can do, loads of time.
Well done. Tell me a bit about the artwork for the album, Rob Power.
I got an app on my phone that I can take pictures with that look old, so I took loads of pictures that look old. No, right, I mean, right, so shall I get Ponzi? Should I become an art Ponzi?
Ponzi?
I'm going to go. I'll be Ponzi. So, when I was on one of my walks, I go on a lot of walks. I take myself on little walks for my mental health and for my physical health. I go on little walks. I walked along the canal and I walk into town. And one of my favourite places to go in Oxford is the Museum of Modern Art, right? Not museum, Modern Art Oxford. And every time I go in there, I come out thinking, I'm going to do something. Like, it's a really inspirational place. And I walked up there in, I think, maybe November last year. I hadn't started the album yet. And I went in there and there was this exhibition of a Cuban artist called Belkis Ayon. I do not think I'm saying that right.
Sounded pretty good to me.
But she was Cuban. She did this like amazing print work, right? And she died 20 years ago, whatever. And all of this work was massive. It's like the size of this room, right? And it's all black and white. And she was really, really mega specific in what she did. She only did this specific type of printing. And all of her stuff was about a secret society in Cuba of like the only men were allowed in. It was like this crazy secret Catholic.
As it should be.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Bit of humour for you though. Bit of humour.
Bit of a laugh there. You should go and speak to Simon Day downstairs. He knows all about
I don't think he wants to talk to us.
no. But like she does, and she has this very specific thing where she just talks about all of her artwork is this about this sort of cultish secret society that she wasn't a member of because she was a woman, right? But it's very specific and it was very striking. And
gotta say, shit cult secret if everyone's making art about it afterwards.
Yeah. But like very, very cool. It's all black and white. It was really, really interesting. And I just thought like this is the most specific thing ever. And she didn't give a monkey. She went on and just focused really in small on this one thing that she did. This one method of doing thing, this one subject matter, right? And actually that's where the name came from because I was walking around and it was all in Spanish. The titles were all in Spanish, and so I was translating them on my phone. And one of them was the power of something in Spanish. It was like potencia, and I was like, "Oh, that's maybe something that I could steal." Right? And I just sort of made a note on my phone, and so okay, we're back to it later. But the real thing I took away from it was like, if you want to do something creative, just don't care. Just do what you want to do, and be really specific about it. Yeah. And be really focused on the thing that you want to do, and don't really worry about anyone else because the everyone else bit comes at the end, like when you've finished it. So as I got into recording, I just started taking pictures of everything with an app that looks like a disposable camera, basically, because I think it looks cool. And so I just started taking pictures of stuff, and then I took a picture of my darling daughter when I was taking her to school when it had snowed or sort of snowed, and I just
English snow.
Yeah. And I took a picture and I thought, oh, that's clearly the album cover. With no hesitation about that. I wanted to put her on it, but I couldn't just put a face on it because you don't want to do that. Yeah. So that was it, and then all of the artwork is just pictures that I took around that time of different things, including my cat Buster, who died shortly afterwards. Poor little fella. We're very sad about Buster. To Buster. So I wanted to, and again, you're saying like it's like a snapshot of time. It's like it's the books I was reading, it's the place I was going, it's things I was looking at, it's the stuff that was happening, and that's what I wanted to just be the artwork. And I didn't want to put anything else on it. I just wanted it to be this is what it is. Yeah.
You sound very galvanised, Rob. What's next for you?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
I need a job currently, so if anyone's got any leads on a job, that'd be good. I think. I want to do another record, but
job first.
I mean, now's the time to do it. I've got time again. It seems to be this time of year. The universe seems to be saying to me roughly every sort of September, October,
start playing.
Sack off work, do something else. So I want to do another record. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I know what it's going to be called because Paul McCartney came to me in a dream and told me. He told
you
me,
have my attention. Yeah. Tell me everything.
I mean, the thing is, he's not dead, so I don't know how he came to me in a dream. He could have just come to me. He could have just come to the house.
Living people can be in dreams, Rob. There are no rules.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Are
there rules? Are there?
He came. Yeah, I don't know.
It's news to me. I've got.
But yeah, he came to me in a dream, and he said to me, "Oh, I heard your new album. It's very nice.
It's got a good macker, isn't it? It's got a good macker.
Oh, that's a good record. It's a good name." I'm not going to tell you what it is now. It's not actually a very exciting name, but I'm going to use it anyway. So
when Macca talks, you listen.
That's right, you do. And so I think that. So if nothing but to please Macca, I have to do another one. But I think
if there's a better reason to create art,
I don't think there is.
I've not heard it.
But like he when he was my age, he was doing like McCartney 2. So he was just like going and locking himself in a room and just mucking around. It's like that's very inspirational. So it may well be that the next one is much more mucking around.
Yeah. Look
I'd
at us
like to get
finishing
each
other's sandwiches. Yeah, it's good.
I'd like to get a lot weirder, I think, because the bits where I really enjoyed myself on this one were where it was like, I'm just gonna.
Well, genuinely, how weird can you get on a broken 2007 Mac?
Yeah,
you're going to have to...
A bit weirder, I think.
You can get weirder?
Yeah, I reckon.
There's room for weird.
There's always room for weird, yeah. I think, like... Amy, tell you, I have a track record of making really really just odd music on computers. Just going wandering around and recording, just field record. You know, there's a gate with a squeak. I'm going to record that, and I'm going to reverse it and put delay
You're
on it.
pretty weird, aren't you?
I like mucking around with odd noise, so I might just do that on the next one. I don't know.
Well, I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I can't wait. What's the best song on your album, Rob Power?
You tell me. What's the best? What do you like?
What's the best song on the album, guys? Red Kite. We've got some Red Kite fans in the house.
Yeah.
Sleepwalking's a banger.
Yeah.
Pretty good songs.
Yeah. Cheers. Maybe on the next one. That'll be a B-side, Jack.
Bonus edition.
Well, I think probably Red Kite is the oldest song on the record, and I wrote it like 10 years ago. And the second, I wrote it, and I've written enough songs to know, that's quite a good one.
Yeah.
I think that'll be the start of an album one day. That'll be a track one.
It's nice to be right ones, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, that's a track one. That's probably a single. So probably that. I really like Three of Us. That's my favourite because I think it's quite delicate. And it's got some nice little bits on it. Where it's like I had to concentrate to do that, and it was one of the. It was like I wrote it specifically for the album. It was like, I'm going to just try and write some stuff, and it came out really nice. And like the recording on the album is the first time I played it through.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So I like that because it's like hot off the frying pan. Is that a phrase? Yeah. Don't know.
Free frying pans. I don't know. Yeah.
Free them all.
Well, look, Rob Power. This has been amazing, and I think I speak for everyone in this room when I say I am so unbelievably proud of you, and I can't wait to keep listening to this record and making memories with it, and can't wait to see what moments I capture with it as well. Anything else you'd like to share with the room while we're here, Rob?
Oh, that's a yeah. Well, I think all right. What I'd like to just say thanks to everybody for coming because like this is.
It'd be weird without you guys. It really
would be weird.
Yeah.
At one point I did think it was just going to be me and you, and I thought that might be quite nice actually. But then people started getting tickets and stuff. So I genuinely thank you so much. It's been a long time since I've done anything that's like my own stuff. And I realise that this is like enormously self-indulgent. To like just get everybody to come and just look at me for like an hour and a half on a Saturday night. And
nice though, isn't it?
I'm someone who doesn't like. I don't like having my picture taken. I don't like having my picture taken. I don't like talking about myself particularly. And I've created a situation where I just have to do that, like for ages. So
you're being vulnerable, Rob. This is the thing.
Yeah, this is it. So thank you all for coming, very, very, very much. And that's it really. Thank you, Bill. Thanks for being so encouraging and nice, and getting me on your podcast and having such a great podcast. This is great.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stomp your feet, clap your hands, and make some fucking noise for Mr. Rob Power!
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. To the bar!
Huh? I don't have to do it unplugged. Do you want an unplugged song?
I think we've got an encore.
I'll do should I do Taylor Swift? Yeah. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do the song that took 1984 to Japan. Yeah. There you go. Sing along if you know the words. Well, she said you only ever call me when you gone out for a drink. Your face is all bloody and your clothes all stink of smoke. La 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 la. La 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 la. She said when we got together you were so romantic. Can't remember when you last made the effort with me. La 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 la. La 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 la. A nice 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. You're a one-way ticket to a heart attack. And I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. It just goes to show that you never can tell. It just goes to show that you never can tell. When I said I don't want to be here when you wake up in the morning, work's hard going and your face is a fucking snake. Sha la 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 la. La 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 la. She said when we got together you a much more laid back. One more cushion and I'm going to sleep on the floor. To sleep on the floor. That's 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. You're a one-way ticket to a heart attack. And I don't want to do this anymore.
Hey!
Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Well, it just goes to show that you never can tell. It just goes to show that you never can tell. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh oh. Oh oh. But I don't wanna do this anymore. I don't wanna do this anymore. Well, it just goes to show that you never can tell. It just goes to show that you never can tell. It just goes to show that you never can tell. It just goes to show that you never can tell.
Hey! I'll drink to that.